Hello, hello, hello. Hola, hola, hola. I'm Natalia, and I'm so happy you're here in the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 Teacher Training. This is a training I created specially for yoga teachers, movement specialists, fitness instructors, coaches, people who are working with people and I want to get more tools to support their students, their clients in a way that is truly, but truly, really inclusive, accessible, welcoming, and that it's full of options, variations. So moving away from giving instructions in a one size fits all and tailoring to the diverse needs of the diverse minds and diverse bodies that we always have in our classes when we are creating content online and in real life. Yes, 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 yes. So thank you so much for being here. And before we start, I invite you to take a moment to be fully present in this first material, in this first session, this first module. And I invite you wherever you are or whatever you need. Maybe you want to lay on your back, maybe you want to sit, maybe you want to stand up. And with the eyes open or with the eyes closed, I invite you to take a moment to check in with yourself. If it feels accessible, you can bring the hands on top of your heart, taking a moment to notice what is happening with your breath, noticing any emotions, any sensations. And taking a moment to send yourself extra love, extra kindness, congratulating, thanking yourself for being here, taking the time to get more tools to change the narrative in yoga and to truly serve from a place of freedom, from a place of service to your students. Take a big breath in and let it out with any sound. Ah. One more time, big breath in. Let it out. Ah. And if your body is asking you to shake in any way, do it. Yes, because that's our nervous system talking. And we are ready to start with the first section, the first portion of the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 Teacher Training. Yes, yes, yes. So one more time, I officially welcome you to the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 Teacher Training. I'm super excited to share everything I know with you. I'm going to do my best to give as many examples as possible to share the experience that I've had with my students, the experience that I've had teaching in retreats, teaching in big yoga platforms sometimes, in situations in which I cannot see my students and others in which I can see them, and so much more. So let's start. First, who am I? If we're still getting to know each other, maybe you have no idea who am I. I'm Natalia Tabilo. I'm the founder of Yoga for All Bodies, and I was made in Chile, and now I live in the United States. I'm a journalist, yes. And in 2018, I became a yoga teacher. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. That's the first thing that I want to say. Why? Because you could be doing literally anything else. Yes, maybe watching Netflix, but you are here taking the time, opening the heart, the mind to diversity. And that's huge. That's huge as a yoga teacher. And thank you. Thank you for being here. And thank you for taking care of your students and really wanting to make a difference. Yes. And thank you so much for your trust and for choosing to learn with me. Yes. And for believing in the message that I'm sharing and building with Yoga for All Bodies. What we do as teachers, what we say, how we teach, what we share with the world matters and has an impact. Yes, we set a precedent with every single thing we are perpetuating, we are accepting, or things that we are keeping quiet. Yes, 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 yes. So we can reshape the practice, we can change the narrative in the yoga community, we can make the practice more inclusive, more accessible, or we can perpetuate the legacy of things that have been normalized but shouldn't have space in yoga. Yes, 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 yes. So as teachers, it's our choice. We can empower, we can create freedom, we can offer a welcoming environment, a welcoming conditions for growth, exploration, or we can shame, we can oppress, we can make people believe that yoga is not for them. That happened to me so much in classes, so no. So let's dive in. Why am I passionate about offering a practice that is truly for all bodies? And I would add, on top of that, a practice that is trauma informed, that it's accessible, inclusive, adaptive, and that is full of variations. Why? Because as I mentioned before, I it has happened to me, and it happens to me up to this day. I still find studios, I still find teachers that are teaching in a one size fits all, that try to put a body that clearly for a reason is not doing some of the shapes, and they are forcing the body to enter that. No, 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 no. We need to have the tools to serve diversity, and it's not the job of the student. And notice that I get inspired. It's not the job of the student to have the tools to adapt things for their needs. It's the job of the teacher. Yes, yes, yes. And since the beginning, I've questioned many of the phrases that are used lightly in yoga, especially because English is not my first language. And I did my training, my first 200 hours yoga teacher training in English. So I'm always paying attention and going deeper in some of these phrases that I never believed, by the way, like saying, everybody's welcome. If you do a search, um, about yoga studios, almost in all their homepages, in all their class descriptions, says everybody's welcome. Phrases like come as you are, all levels classes. We're going to talk about that during the training. Easy yoga, progression, regression. This is a safe space. Yes, sending the beginners to the restorative yoga, sending the beginners to the yin yoga. Yes, and we're going to deconstruct all that during this training. And one more time, English is not my first language, so I'm always like paying attention. Yes. I felt excluded. I felt body shamed in yoga spaces, yes, as a practitioner and as a teacher. Up to this day, when someone has no idea who am I and I show up to a studio, they ask me, is this the first time you're practicing yoga? They have told me, good for you that you're moving your body, like saying, okay, I live in a larger body, but you don't know what I do at home, at my privacy, in my private life. You have no idea. Yes, yes. So that happens. And I live in a larger body and a body with disabilities, with chronic migraine, with chronic pain. And these are invisible disabilities because just by looking at me, you have no idea that I live with that. But for example, living with migraine means having, in my case, because every single person who lives with migraine, their symptoms are completely different. My experience is that I get vertigo, that I get visual disturbances, I get slurred speech, I get brain fog, and of course that affects my daily life and of course affects the way I approach my practice and the way I also teach as a teacher. Absolutely. And I'm super passionate about doing this work because yoga can truly be for everybody. I know it. I know it. I have experienced it. But we need to go beyond the words, the promises, the hashtags, and we need to take action. And the way we take action is by getting tools as teachers. So one more time, thank you for being here. Yes. And I truly believe that we can change the way yoga is presented in the media, in traditional yoga spaces, traditional wellness spaces, social media, and we can change what people assume yoga is. Yes. So why is it important to teach and share the message that yoga really is for all bodies? First, because if you do a quick search, you can pause the video and go now, and you type Google, inside Google, I mean, yoga, you will find some of these pictures. Yes. And that means that imagine put in the position of someone that is completely new to the practice. They know yoga exists, but have no idea about it. Maybe their doctor, their therapist told them, maybe you can try yoga for this, this, and that. And they go and search yoga. And they find this, is like, okay, good luck, bye. I'm not going to that. Because look at this, it's contortions, it's portraying physical abilities that maybe you were born with. A, a small percentage of the population can train themselves in order to be able to do, I don't know, these. Yes, yes. So it's more that you were born with that ability. So it matters. It matters. We need to actively and truly teach all bodies. If you go into any social media and you type the hashtag yoga, you will find some of these pictures. Take a moment to notice. It looks like the Cirque du Soleil, but in yoga pants. Yes. So is this truly yoga? Or is this just a part of the whole story that sadly is taking over and has taken over for many, many years? You will find things that are not representing the true essence, that are not really presenting the full story of what yoga is. Only a part, and a part that, of course, is not inviting and is not welcoming to all bodies, to all, actually, to anyone that is not flexible, that it's not athletic, and they have this notion. Even before I decided to enroll in my 200-hour yoga teacher training, I thought I had to train myself in order to be able to do all the shapes because I wanted to be a yoga teacher. That I had to lose the weight because I was going to be a yoga teacher in San Francisco. So there's a look, there's a type. And I had to be able to fit in the sizes that were offered by, I don't know, Lululemon. And those are lies. And the sad thing is that people believe that. Yes. Because why? Because we are being bombarded with those type of messages. And in the same line, when I started getting more days with pain, at the beginning, I felt that I had to keep it to myself because studios weren't going to hire me because I wasn't, maybe one day I wouldn't show up because I was in pain. And I realized, you know what? I can come clean with my students. I can come clean with the studios and lose the shame that I felt. The Imagine, I felt ashamed some days of saying, "Oh, today I'm going to teach from the chair." No, as teachers, we lead with our example. Yes. So it can be super powerful to see a yoga teacher with diverse abilities. And you will attract people that need you. Yes. Okay. End of this TED Talk. We continue. And no, the fact that you're offering modifications doesn't instantly make you inclusive, accessible, and welcoming. This is something I see in, especially in a lot of yoga teacher trainings, the 200 hours yoga teacher trainings. that they teach one way, like the traditional way of doing a shape, and then they even use phrases like, and if someone can't do this, if you notice that someone is struggling, here's a modification. When the reality is that diverse needs are always present. And that's why I teach the way I teach, offering all the options before you get to that point, that awkward point that you have to say, oh, maybe try this one, maybe try this one. No, 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 no. So, no. I always say this: teach with variations, don't rescue with modifications. Yes, so that's the idea. So how we can share yoga in a way that truly serves all bodies? With a practice that truly, really, absolutely has these elements. That first has accessibility. This means that it's a class that is accessible. And that means that even before you start teaching the class, you had diversity in mind. That is a class that is inclusive, in which everybody can truly join, that honors and celebrates diversity. One more time, because you have the tools to serve that. And you are not trying to fix them, you're not trying them to put them in a one size fits all. You honor their diverse needs. There's, of course, it's an offering, a class, a program, anything that is full of choices and variations. And this is key. Choices that the student makes. Yes, they decide. And you offer some alternatives, some variations, but they decide. That's why not only variations, choices and variations, always freedom first. An offering that you can truly come as you are, truly, truly. And I always give this example. When you're taking a training and you feel, or you are enrolled in a class that you feel that no matter what is happening, you have to cancel that, that means that you can truly come as you are. And sadly, that has happened to me in many, many trainings. Now I feel that there's more openness of the heart and the mind. And um, I feel that I can show up. So sometimes I've shown up to trainings laying in bed, completely laying in bed. Yes, but that's an offering in which I can truly come as I am. But if it's an offering that I have to be doing ups and downs and planks and more, and if I can do that, good luck, and nobody is going to pay attention to me, I can truly come as I am. Yes. And of course, an offering that gives the power back, gives the power back to the student. Teaching a yoga class, being a yoga teacher, being a yoga facilitator, being a yoga instructor, however you want to call it, but in my opinion, we are yoga facilitators or yoga teachers if we are sharing a deeper meaning, if we are teaching more than movement, yes. But it's not an opportunity to show off how amazing you are. No, 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 no. No, no, no. It's an act of service. We are being of service to our students, to our clients, but it's not the opportunity for you to become a rock star. No, 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 no. And of course, it's an offering that is inclusive in its language, that is full of invitational language, and that it's welcoming through the language that it's using. And of course, is an offering that is always adapting to the students you have in front, to their needs, and also adaptable in the way you are teaching as a teacher, especially if you're living with, we all live in a sense with diverse needs. Yes. So adaptable. And absolutely is trauma informed in the sense that we assume that the people we have in front are people and something has happened to them through their lives. And that we know that we will never have the full story of our students. Yes, yes, yes. So this is a kind of the topics that we're going to be covering throughout this training. So having said all this, What are we going to learn in the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 teacher training? How to share yoga with diverse populations from a perspective that it's truly inclusive, accessible, adaptive, trauma-informed, and based on freedom and exploration. Yes, yes, yes. In more detail, how to teach with variations and non-modifications, how to make everyone truly seen, included, and that they belong in classes, inclusive and invitational language, how to sequence a class that serves diverse populations, larger bodies, older adults, people with disabilities, chronic pain, wheelchair users, and more. And how we can truly teach classes that serve everybody, that you're not like segmenting and saying, no, you need to come to this one, to that one. No, how we can truly serve everybody. And we're going to explore what is trauma-informed yoga and how to share and how to include it into every of your offerings in every single time that you're teaching, how to create welcoming spaces in which freedom and exploration is cultivated, business and marketing to share your important message with the world. I'm going to be sharing in a whole module my best tips with you. Yes. And of course, how to share yoga truly, 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 but really with everybody. The format of this training, so we know what to expect. You will have access to different modules that are pre-recorded. So I will invite you to watch it in some order, in the order I prepared, but freedom first. Yes, you know how you learn the best. That's why you will have access to the material. And we're going to explore, of course, a lot of asana variations sitting on the mat, sitting on the chair, standing with all the props. Yes, yes, yes. Lectures, a lot of lectures. I'm going to be talking about the main topic of that module, and you will have videos that are homework, videos that support that lecture. Yes, yes, yes. You're going to be practicing classes. Yes, classes taught by yours truly. And a section that I love that is called the Practice with Teacher Commentary, in which you will receive access to two videos. One is the real class that I taught usually for big platforms, yoga platforms online. And then I will explain why I did what I did. And I always like to say, you decide how you learn the best. That's why you have the option to maybe do the practice first and then the explanation, or the other way around. Why? Because I learn best when they explain me and tell me what is going to happen. In all the trainings I've taken that they lead us throughout a practice and they say, did you notice what I did here? No, really no, because I was focused on practicing. So that's why I invite you to decide. You will have access to the two. Yes. In every single module, in every single material, I will invite you to reflect. Yes, to reflect on the topic that we just covered and to question and deconstruct. Why are we doing? Why are we perpetuating? Why are we saying some of the things we are saying? A lot of reflection time. And that reflection time is for you as a teacher. You don't have to send it like in a deadline or something. No, it's for you. If you want to share it with me, amazing. You can send it my way. Yes. And homework. Each section has homework that might be some extra videos that will support the main lecture, some classes, or maybe create something. And again, those homeworks are for you, are to prepare you for the final assignment for certification. So there's no need to submit your homeworks. Complete them, and they are part of the training. So do it. Yes, do it, do it, do it. And of course, final assignments, two assignments for certification. This is a training that will certify you as a Yoga for All Bodies teacher. you will get your certificate as it says. This person is certified by Yoga for All Bodies in the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 teacher training. So it's a certification. Yes, it's not just, oh, yes, you completed the training. It's a certification that is authorized by the Yoga Alliance. Yes. So do it. I always say this for this training. There are many teachers that enroll in many trainings and maybe they never complete them or they complete them but don't get their certificates. Get your certificates. I'm sure, I know yoga is moving towards the professionalization of this profession. So you need to have your certificates. You need to have your credentials. So do it. Yes. And more information about what's going to happen on each week or each module, because this is a training that I created thinking that it's going to take you 7 weeks to complete. If you say, okay, I'm going to start this journey and I'm going to do it. Can you take longer? Absolutely, absolutely, whatever fits your needs. But in my mind, I created it weekly with different topics, and this is what you can expect. Yes. So this is a training created for you to experience it weekly, but there are many ways in which people learn. So maybe you're going to take longer, maybe you're going to take less, I don't know. So be kind, be kind. Be kind with yourself, but commit to it. Yes, commit. Create your schedule and complete the things. You will receive a lecture and supporting videos or practices, plus the reflection time that goes with each of these topics. Yes. Um, and I created this training weekly for you to have the time to process, to think, and start incorporating in your teaching tiny bits rather than 1 week intensive in which you receive all the information and you don't remember your name in the last day. No. So that's why this is a weekly format. So I invite you to experiencing it. Get familiarized with the material. You will always receive the slides, the videos. And when you complete the training, you have the option to get certified, as I was mentioning before, by completing your assignments for certification. And what are the assignments? The assignments for certification have 2 sections. First one is a written, in writing, written. I'm going to say it again, written, written sequence. Create and write a 60 minutes class template. Can it be shorter? Absolutely. Yes. Can you create a class that is a half an hour, 45 minutes, 60 minutes? Absolutely. Yes. And the second part is recorded. And notice that the 60-minute sequence is written, not recorded. I've had many teachers send me 60-minute classes. No, 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 no. Because the video is short. Look at this. The second assignment is record a short video, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of you teaching your favorite yoga variations. You can choose one shape, one shape. So that's the end of our first meeting together. But I invite you to enjoy a reflection time, your first moment to reflect. So I invite you to answer, and you can write, you can talk with your peers. If you feel inspired, you can send them my way. But what is for you a practice that is inclusive, accessible, and that serves diverse populations? How would you define a practice that has those characteristics? And the second reflection time that I invite you to answer: who are you currently serving when you say everybody is welcome? Maybe you're using this phrase to promote your classes, or the studios in which you are teaching are saying everybody is welcome. So what is for you? What is your definition of everybody is welcome? And who are you currently serving? So that's it. That's the end of this first material. Of course, you have some videos to complete, some practices with me. And that's it. Yes, I will see you in the next videos. Thank you so much for being here. A big hug. And remember, I'm here for you if you have any questions. And see you in the next module of the Yoga for All Bodies Level 1 Teacher Training. Bye.